Well, a lot of stuff has happened in the past few days, and not a whole lot of it is good, so I'll talk about it all in just a moment. All right, welcome back, everyone, to Browns Breakdowns, a Fanatical Elves podcast of Fans First Sports Network. So first of really quickly, I'd like to plug something. Let me see if I can't pull it up. So we have, I guess you could call it a sponsor right now, but hemispherecoffeeroasters.com. So actually, I was going to make a banner and put it on there. So let me put in the link. Hemisphere. Hold on. I was going. So Hemisphere. So this is a coffee brand that we are partnering with. Just making sure I spelled that correctly. Coffeeroasters.com. Okay. So we are partnering with them. So this is the link right here. If you want to go check them out, they make coffee chips anywhere in the US. They are pretty cool. So just go check them out. We don't have an affiliate link yet, but we will be getting one soon. So just go check them out and see if anything interests you, and then come back and maybe purchase it with the affiliate link that we should have one soon enough. But just shout out to them. They're awesome. John Suchan, the guy who he's the show master. He does everything here. Fanatical Elves show and his Johnny Cleveland, and he joins a lot of people on their shows and stuff. He's got a lot of different shows. So shout out to him for helping us get this kind of sponsor. So I'll leave the link up there for another minute or so, just so you guys can plug it in and go check them out. So I just want to quickly jump into what happened with the biggest news of the week is Michael Hall, junior defensive tackle out of Ohio State. He was our second round pick. He had a whole domestic dispute with, I think, his girlfriend, but I'm not sure. I believe it was, but a lot of them just refer to that person as the victim, so I won't dive into all of that immediately. I won't. But he got into a domestic dispute with someone. There was a firearm involved. There was a whole bunch of violence and stuff involved, and so he turned himself in, I believe, yesterday, and so he is. I think he still is practicing, but he did get arrested, and so we are mostly just waiting for. I think he got put in for a misdemeanor, so we're just kind of waiting for the legal process to kind of run itself through and figure out exactly what happened. But that is a big thing because, especially with a firearm involved, that automatically will make it even worse. Just because that is considered a lethal weapon, that is considered something that can kill a person, and so it definitely will increase the crime. But I don't think he's going to be put in prison. I think he will still play games this year, but I'm not sure when. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets suspended. I wouldn't be shocked if he skips the first few weeks or something. So it's just a big hullabaloo. Hullabaloo isn't the right word, but a big situation that is definitely pretty not annoying. Just a bad situation because Michael Hall is a good player. He was a very good player at Ohio State. He was going to be one of our good defensive tackles. And so seeing him get arrested and go through do all this stuff is just sucks because he is a good player. I don't think he's going to be a good player. I didn't have him terribly high on my scouting report. I didn't think he was. I thought there were better players than him that could have fit the team better, but he's still a good player. And I think he's still is going to be an important piece to the defensive line. So we'll just kind of see how this all turns out, how this all works, and what exactly will happen with that. It's definitely the biggest news of the day or week. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of. It sucks. It really does. Seeing this happen, but it's sometimes it happens. But Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah, just going off of the, oh yeah, also the amount of money Michael Hall lost is like pretty crazy. He's lost a lot of money with the arrest and stuff. Now, to Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah agrees to a 3-year, $39 million extension, which is great. I like Jeremiah. He's a good player. I think he's an important part to our defense. He's been good. He's very smart. He's got a lot of field IQ. And so that's just a great signing. I think that will really help the team. It helps get him his deal done. Apparently, I think Steve on this show said we only have, maybe it wasn't Steve. So I think it was someone. I know it was someone said we only have two, or no, it was Lou. Lou said it, that we only have 2 or 3 people coming up in free agency for 2025, which is crazy, by the way, that we only have a few people, and then it gets crazy in 2026. But that's just awesome, and I think this year and next year is our window, right? Like, people say there's a window for success, and hot take, I think Buffalo's window has officially closed. I don't think they're going to be, I think their window closed. I think they kind of blew it. They fumbled the bag. They had all this stuff. It's kind of the Chiefs' fault because they could not get through the Chiefs. Then again, they've won 3 Super Bowls, so obviously no one can. But they got a little beat up by the Chiefs and stuff. But I think the Bills' window is closed. But that's just my hot take. A little off topic. But I think this window is this is the open window, right? This year, I think, is the openest. It's not a word. Is it? Is openest a word? No, I think it's most open. This is the most open the window is going to be. And then next year, it'll be still pretty open, but I think it'll be smaller. So I just think the Browns should definitely be working and caring about what's happening this year, next year, because this is our window. I think this is our window to win an AFC and even possibly a Super Bowl. I still think the Chiefs are going to be the Chiefs are obviously, I believe they're the Vegas favorites to win the Super Bowl. They should be. They're the best team in the league right now by far. I don't think there's much of competition. I think they are going to win the Super Bowl again. I think the Chiefs are still the best team. I think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I think this year it is definitely going to be the hardest. Because, I mean, if you look, you've got the Ravens, the Browns, there's a few other teams I can't remember for some reason that all could contend against the Chiefs. So I just think the Chiefs are I still think the Chiefs are going to win, and it sucks. I hate to say that, but they're really, really, really good. But I think this is going to be their hardest year. But I think the Browns are definitely looking at an AFC championship this year. I think we could make it. I don't think it's going to be tough, but I think the Browns could make an AFC championship game this year, and hopefully the Super Bowl. I have them winning 12 or 13 games and making an AFC championship. Personally, that might just be bias. I don't know, but I think the Browns are a very good team. So on to training camp. Not a whole lot, just a bunch of injuries. Injuries have been running rampant this year. It's been kind of crazy. I know the Vikings quarterback, the rookie, just got hurt a few days ago. I know there's been just a million injuries for players. It's been weird. There's been a lot of injuries, and I think this is going to be fun for the player association because they're going to keep telling everyone, look, training camp is useless. All of our players are just getting hurt. We just need to stop. So I think but there's just been so many injuries. It's been kind of crazy. Now, we're going to quickly go to some ads before we talk about the preseason game. So we'll be right back. And we're back on the Fanatical Elves Network, Browns Breakdowns, Fans First Sports Network. Feels like there's something in my throat, but I don't think there is. Excuse me. So, preseason. I'm just going to quickly talk about preseason. Now, we lost, which does suck. It does suck. We did lose, but again, it is the preseason. We weren't playing a whole lot of our players because the Browns consistently play their starters game 2 and game 3 and not game 1. So it was 10-23, if I'm not mistaken. I should have pulled this up. Browns. Let's see, and it was 23-10. Yeah, so we were fine. So if you look at our quarterbacks, right, just quarterbacks, it was DTR, Tyler Huntley, and Jameis Winston. So Jameis Winston was four of five for 30 yards. Tyler Huntley was 6 of 9 for 41 yards, and Dorian Thompson Robinson 14 of 18 for 134 yards. We had a little bit of running stuff, and then we saw a lot of different wide receivers pop up who all got passes. Cedric Tillman got one, Pierre Strong got two, Michael Woods got two, Jamari Thrash got three. Excuse me. So it wasn't a bad game. We just didn't really, well, obviously we didn't score, but the one touchdown came from Aiden Robbins, and then a whole bunch of defensive players, not very many we know, and then kicking Cade York. Cade York did kick, which is cool. We're still probably going to be using our normal kicker, who I can't remember his name for some reason. It's funny that Cade York was here, then left, then came back. What's our kicker? He's good, right? No, it's not. Dustin Hopkins. Yeah, Dustin Hopkins is still going to be the kicker. I just don't think he will be playing much in the preseason just because he doesn't really need to play. He's a kicker. We know he's fine. And kicker has been a really big problem for the Browns these past few years, which is why Dustin Hopkins got that like $14 million extension, because kicker is a position people underestimate how good kickers actually are. Like, there's a reason Justin Tucker is getting the money he is. Kicker is an extremely important position. People kind of look at kicker as kind of the off position, where if you just kind of suck at football, you just become a kicker. Kicker is hard. I don't think a lot of these people are couch analysts who just kind of sit on their couch and talk about this stuff. I don't think people realize how hard it is to kick a 60-yard field goal. That's 240 feet. Like, if you are one of those people who don't think kicking is hard, I'd like you to just walk foot by foot. You don't have to mark it with like an actual ruler. Just put your one foot in front of another and count 240. Put something where you started and then look at where you end and look how far that is. It is an insane distance how long some of these kickers are kicking. But a good kicker is very important. Now, with the new kicking rules where you can't like pin them at the 2 or whatever, it's a little different, but kicker is very important. So it's really nice we have a kicker, but I just think but don't expect Dustin Hopkins to play a whole lot. Now, looking at I'm not going to talk a whole bunch about this next preseason game, since I'll probably talk about it on... I guess I will just talk about the Vikings. So the Vikings, we joint practice with them right now. Our Browns defense has apparently been doing very well against the Vikings right now. The Vikings are, again, their quarterback just got hurt, which does suck for them. I think he did start. Maybe not start, but I think he did play. Let me see. They played the Raiders, the Vikings did. Yeah, J.J. McCarthy basically played the entire game. He was 11 for 17 for 188, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. He is hurt now, so that means he will not be playing for a while. I think he's out indefinitely. And so it'll be interesting to see who they run out there for starter. Probably will be Jaron Hall, who got the other amount of reps in the game. So the Vikings are 1-0 in the preseason, but I do think they will be looking at a probable... I think we're going to win. I think we are going to beat the Vikings in this game, but it'll be interesting to see what exactly goes on, because, again, don't expect a whole lot of starters. That's just not how the preseason works. But we only have this many preseason games, and then we get real football. We're only 3 weeks away from real football. I know it's insane, but yes, we are only 3 weeks away. Or I can tell you how many days exactly for the Browns. We are exactly September 8th. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 9, 16, 23, 24 days. So three weeks and 3 days we are away from football. So I love you all. I appreciate you guys tuning in. That's just about it for me. I'm just excited for football. I know you guys probably are as well. So go Browns. I would recommend also you guys continue monitoring the Michael Hall situation and just see what keeps happening. Also, one more before I go, again, check out hemispherecoffeeroasters.com. It's right in that little bubble area. I can point to it maybe right there. Boop, boop, boop. Right here. It's really hard. It's hard to do that. But check them out. They're awesome. But I'll just leave that up there for now. I love you all. I will talk to you guys Thursday next week or maybe Wednesday next week. I can actually technically I'll talk to you guys in like 8 hours because I'll be on the Fanatical Elves show. Tune in, by the way. But I'll talk to you guys Wednesday. So I love you all, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace. I didn't have my music ready. Whoopsie. Bye.